Well, folks, welcome to the Russell Cunningham Properties Oreti Park Speedway. Here we have our first round of the Peewee Division 1s coming out here. We've got the 53 of Jacob Vorkamp down on the inside there. We've got Eli Bartley on the 5 bike, the 66 of Caden Cracknell and the 29 of Braxton Casey. All set to do battle here in the AJ Auto Electrical sponsored heat of the Peewee's Division 1. This is heat 1 for these wee fellas. They're just getting the tapes across the track now. A big warm welcome to Dave McPherson in here beside, helping me today for the Total Conveyors New Zealand Solo Champs. The tapes go away, they go. Young Braxton from the outside gets right into his homework and is the first one down into that turn. The second place there, I think, is Caden Cracknell on that 66 bike. Then there's Jacob Vorkamp on the 53 bike, and then we go back to the 5 of Eli Bartley. But Braxton Casey, he's the man that's leading the way here at the moment at the Russell Cunningham Properties Oreti Park Speedway, Heat 1 for the Peewees. Round he comes for the second time. Caden Cracknell still there in that second spot. Jacob Vorkamp, that 53 bike, in that third place. And the 5 of Eli Bartley rounds them out. Once again, there's been no change as they come through for the final lap, Dave. We've got the 29 of Braxton Casey leading the way. Caden Cracknell closes up on him a little, and Jacob Vorkamp still there in that third position. So a good win there to Braxton. Second place goes to Caden Cracknell. Third place went to Jacob Vorkamp, and fourth place going to Eli Bartley.
Well, you're good, Pete. I never had a chance to get a word in. I was going to say that Braxton Casey and Caden Cracknell came up to Moore Park last weekend, and Braxton Casey just pulled away from everybody there. He's a bit of a class act by the looks of it.
No, he's a good wee rider, and it's, as we were talking earlier on, Dave, it's good to see these young boys coming up through the ranks, and as I say, travelling up to Moore Park to ride and race and taking some of your silverware away, and you know, vice versa happens. Your guys come down here and do the same to us.
Oh, they've taken a lot of silverware away from Moore Park, that's for sure. But we love seeing them. That's okay. They come out and they do a fantastic job. Right,
the Automotive and Industrial Paints Limited sponsored heat. This is Peewee Division 2. We've got the 72 of Bella Early, the 6i of Cooper Early, the 9i of Slade Fordyce, the 41i of Ryland Casey, and the 44i of Sam Coulthard. You take them away this time, Dave.
Righto then, I don't know these riders. I think I've only seen Sam Coulthard before, but we'll pick them up as they come around. It should be Cooper Early on gate 1, Slade Fordyce on gate 2, Ryland is it? Yep. Casey on gate 3, and Sam Coulthard right on the outside, just having a wee bit of trouble getting his bike going and getting sorted. Be on the outside. He's easy to spot with the green helmet there. So the starters getting them ready. They look after these guys. They're all happy. Flagman's getting there. Well, the tape man. And they're on the way, and it looks like right on the inside, it looks like Cooper Early's going to get the good start. Then we have 9 Slade Forsyth, but he's been taken by Ryland Casey. He's hunting down the leader now too, and a wee battle going on at the back there between Sam Coulthard and Slade Fordyce. So a bit of a two-horse race, 2 races in 2, but at the moment it's Cooper Early leading the way there, keeping it pretty tidy on the inside there, but it's Ryland Casey keeping him honest, right in behind him there. They've clicked off 2 laps, and we have behind them Slade Forsyth and Sam Coulthard. The white flag comes out now. Cooper Early leading the way there from Slade. Ryland Casey, isn't it? Ryland Casey, get that right. Then we have Slade Forsyth and Sam Coulthard. And the checkered flag's going to come out. They've clicked that off pretty quickly. Cooper Early's going to take the win from Ryland Casey. Slade Forsyth is still there in 3rd place. Hasn't got across the checkered flag yet. Getting monstered by the winner at the moment. But here comes Slade Forsyth. Will pick up that 3rd place from Sam Coulthard. So good to see. These will be 70 cc's. These ones, Peter. And you've got a good number there because you've got 2 heats, of course. And
yes, Peewee Division 2, Heat 2. We've got the 72 of Bella Early now. Don't underestimate this wee lass. She gets away and gets the bit between her teeth. She generally wins these here. We've got Oscar Drake, the 72 bike from Christchurch, and the 88 of Taylor Wells Moore. This heat, incidentally, sponsored by Becker's Motorcycle Tours New Zealand Limited. Just lining the three of them up here now.
Getting pretty keen there.
They all are.
That Bella Early, she's real keen to go.
Yeah.
Rolling the start.
So Bella Early gets underway, and as I said, she's away to a bit of a lead there over young Oscar Drake from Moore Park on that 72 bike, who's right in her exhaust smoke there as they come through turns 3 and 4. He tries to monster around the outside of it, but she pushes him out. So Bella holds young Oscar Drake out. But Oscar thinks, right now, this time I'll slip through underneath, which he does do. And Oscar Drake goes up into the first place there. Bella Early goes back to second, and Taylor Wells Moore on that 88 bike is back there in that third position. So it's Oscar Drake from Christchurch, from Moore Park, who's leading the way here now from Bella Early and Taylor Wells Moore. They've got 1 lap left to go. It's young Oscar Drake. We've got 4 Drakes racing here today, haven't we, Dave?
Yeah, we have 2 generations.
So through they come, and it's Oscar Drake that's going to take that checkered flag from Bella Early, and the third place is going to go to Taylor Wells Moore.
Well, they're not scared to mix it, are they? Those little fellas there can't go round the outside, go through the inside. So well done to Oscar Drake. He had to work for it. Bella Early made him work for it, but he eventually got that win.
She tried the tactical, let's go out a bit wider and push him out, but he saw the opening and ducked back down underneath. So young Oscar, he's right in amongst it there. Right.
We've got another Drake coming out now.
Yes, this is the junior solos, the 125s. We've got the 4 of Nick Alford, the 14 of Corbett Buchanan, the 44 of Mason Coulthard, the 72 of Millie Drake, and the 86 of Finn Reid on the outside there. This is the C Brown Builders Limited sponsored heat for these the junior solos heat 1. I think it was young Cormac Buchanan who actually won this at Moore Park last weekend. Away they go, and once again it's Cormac Buchanan, the 14 bike, that takes the lead. It's moving up there into that second place. Is that Mason Coulthard, the 4? No, it's the 4 bike of Nick Alford that's up in that second spot. Then the 44 of Mason Coulthard in that third position. Then we got Millie Drake on that 72 bike, and Finn Reid rounds them out. But look at this young Cormac Buchanan, the man who won at Moore Park last weekend, is leading the way once again here at the Russell Cunningham Properties Oreti Park Speedway. He's opened up a pretty handy lead here, Dave.
Oh yeah, he's a class act, and every time he comes up to Moore Park, he keeps everybody honest. He's got that good style, slides the bike around and just looks the part.
So here's a comfortable win coming up for Cormac. Second place is going to Nick Alford on that 4 bike. Then we've got Mason Coulthard, the 44 bike, takes that third place. Then Millie Drake takes 4th, and Finn Reid will take that 5th position. So as I say, yes, young Cormac, he's a fairly staunch competitor. He's got a great style and he's got a wonderfully set up bike, and it's good to see him taking the honours up there at Moore Park last weekend.
Oh, they were fully deserved. He had a bit of work to do on a couple of races, but he did it and he got through well.
Right, this next heat is sponsored by Choppers Tyres, and we should see the 18A of Daniel Brett from Auckland. It's great to have a wee junior rider all the way from Auckland here, along with the 25 of Ryan Colville, the 55 of Dakota Kringle, and the 77 of Lachlan McIntyre. Dakota Kringle, I think he ended up 3rd in the Moore Park, the Canterbury Champs last weekend.
He went well up there as well.
Yeah, so tapes go and away they go. Who's going to get the best of it? It looks like the 25 of Ryan Colvin that's gone out to that early lead. He's got, who's that in behind him there? I can't quite see that number. Is that the 18?
We've got Dakota Kringle on the outside and
Daniel Brett on the inside, is it? And then on the further back, we've got Lachlan McIntyre. Young Dakota slips through into that second spot now. He tries to hunt down that 25 bike of Ryan Colvin. Through they go, turns 1 and 2 once again. Daniel Brett still there in that third position. young Dakota Kringle's holding him out at the moment, but it's the 25 of Ryan Colvin that's leading the way. Dakota Kringle there in that second spot. Round the outside, Lachlan McIntyre looks to go on Daniel Brett, but Daniel holds him out, keeps that tight line down on the inside. A great win there to Ryan Colvin. Second place going to Dakota Kringle. Third place, could you call third there?
I reckon it was third equal. It was pretty close. We'll have to see what the judges say, but that was pretty close.
Pretty close between Daniel Brett there and Lachlan McIntyre for that third position. As soon as we get the official word, we'll let you know, but it was exceptionally close.
Ryan Colvin was up last weekend as well, Peter, and he just had a little bit of bad luck, but he's obviously a bit of a talented rider, but he was just over trying it a little bit. Had a couple of offs and a bit of stuff going on, but they don't muck around. The next heat's out there. Hayden Brooklyn, who goes really well, gone well at Moore Park, and Clark Fountain on the outside of him. They've had some real good battles as well. It'll be interesting to see how they go down here.
So young Hayden's still riding his 125 bike. He's in the 200 class, but he's on a 125, and the man's in a class of his own. He cleaned up at Moore Park last weekend, as you said, Dave, and he's holding out young Clark Fountain here at the moment. Hayden Brooklyn really getting into his homework as he goes through turns 3 and 4. He's got a great wee style too, young Hayden.
He has, and if he's behind, he doesn't back off. He works his way through. The Clark Fountain's been really improving this year as well, and he had a good run last weekend. But Hayden Brooklyn, he really is a class act on that smaller bike.
Incidentally, this heat is sponsored by City Chiropractic, and here's Hayden Brooklyn taking the win from young Clark Fountain. A good ride there from Hayden, as I say, giving away 75 cc's of power to Clark and still holding him out and taking that first position.
Once he gets in front, he stays in front, that's for sure. But if he's behind, watch out, because he'll be coming through.
Right, the junior solos, heat 2 for these guys. This heat incidentally sponsored by Diggett Earth Moving. We should be seeing Lucas Colvin from Invercargill, the 21 bike down there in gate 1. In beside him from Christchurch, Jake Drake, another Drake here on the 72 bike, and the 17 of Matt Highstead on the outside here. Tape goes and away they go. From the inside, it looked like Lucas Colvin. He gets the early lead here. In that second spot, it's Jake Drake, and then we go back to Matt Highstead. They're all sliding beautifully through. That's turns 3 and 4, but it's Lucas Colvin that's leading the way from Jake Drake. And further back, we've got Matt Highstead. He gets right across the outside of the line there as he comes across the start-finish line. Almost thought he was going to clip the starter's gate there.
He's using the whole track, isn't he? Be fair to say.
He's definitely doing that, but it's still Ryan Colvin leading the way from Jake Drake. He's going to take that checkered flag from Jake Drake in second place, and third place going to Matt Highstead.
So well done to Lucas Colvin. He picks up that win and the valuable points that come with it, of course. Jake Drake gets a good second, and Matt Highstead picks up that third.
Right, it looks like we're going to go through another round of these young Peewees again, Dave. We've got Division 1, Heat 2 coming up here. Caden Cracknell on the 66 bike, the 29 of Braxton Casey, the 5 of Eli Bartley, and the 53 of Jacob Vorkamp. So they've just mixed up a little bit more than they were in that Peewee Division 1 Heat 1. This heat incidentally sponsored by Dunright Decorating. The tape goes and away they go. And from the second spot there, young Braxton Casey. He's off and gone. He's been getting lessons from his young brother Braxton.
He's a man on a mission, isn't he?
He definitely is. He's away again. So Braxton Casey leading the way. In that second spot, is that Caden Cracknell on that 66 bike?
Yes, I think
it is. In that second spot, third place is Jacob Vorkamp. And then we go back to Eli Bartley on that 5 bike. So through they come. Young Braxton, he slows a little. Caden closes up on him, looks to try and get underneath him as they come through. Turns 3 and 4 once again, but Braxton's out wide. Young Caden down low there. And further back, Jacob Borkamp on that 53 bike in that third position. The checkered flag this time. Braxton Casey's going to take the win narrowly from young Caden Cracknell on that 66 bike. Third place going to the 53 of Jacob Borkamp. And fourth place there going to the 5 of Eli Bartley.
Well, the little wheels of Caden Cracknell nearly got there. Another couple of laps, I reckon he would have. He was getting closer and closer. But Braxton Casey, obviously a class act, and once he gets out in front, he's just man on a mission, and he takes a lot of tracking down.
Sure is, Davey. We go. So here we go. Once again, Peewee Division 2. Heat 3, we'll see the 41 of Ryland Casey, the 72 of Oscar Drake, the 6 of Cooper Early, and the 88 of Taylor Wells Moore. Lining up here for the Dynotech sponsored heat of the Peewee's Division 2 Heat 3. Oh, there was a bit of a,
bit of a hiccup there.
That tape or not? Are they going to bring a flag out? No, they're not. They'll let them go. They're on their way. So it is
Oscar
out
Drake.
in front, the 72 of Oscar Drake from Christchurch leading the way here over Ryland Casey, is it? No, that's the 6 bike of Cooper Early in that second spot. Third place is Ryland Casey. Fourth place is Taylor Wells Moore. So it's young Oscar Drake. He's got a handy lead here.
Yeah, he got that good start and he's making the most of it.
over the 6 of Cooper Early, and then the 88 of Taylor Wells Moore rounding them out. Cooper Early there in that third position. So the white flag comes out. Young Oscar Drake.
Battled for second and third though.
Coming under a wee bit of pressure.
So Oscar Drake will pick up that win, but look at the second and third positions. Fairly tight, but
so
that will be Ryland Casey, is it? No, sorry, Cooper Early from Ryland Casey.
Ryland Casey in that third, that's right. Sort of 2 races in one there, but good to see.
Yeah, it's good when you have those little wee on-track battles that they have. Maybe only be 2 in it, but they fight it out till the end. All right, we're coming out. Peewee Division 2 Heat 4, sponsored by, as Pete grabs his page and flicks the page. We've got Sam
Hayes and Sons sponsored heat this one.
Excellent. So there's 44 Sam Coulthard will be off gate 1. 72 Bella Early off gate 2. Watch out for her, we get told. And 9 Slade Fordyce, and they're underway, and it is Bella Early. She does get a good start. And she's underway from Slade Fordyce and Sam Coulthard. And she's monstering them.
So young Bella, as I say, gets away to a very, very good start. She's well and truly leading the way here from the 9 of Slade Fordyce and the 44 of Sam Coulthard. So Bella, she's out in the clean air all on her own there.
Yeah, she's making no race of it really, isn't she?
So there's a battle on here for 2 and 3 between the 9 and the 44. Young Sam Coulthard looking to get underneath Slade Fordyce as they head down that back straight. He just slows a little. So Slade Fordyce still holding that second place. Third place still Sam Coulthard. But take no bones about the winner here. It's Bella Early on that 72 bike. She will take that win and take it easily.
And it looks like Slade Fordyce is going to hold on to that second position from Sam Coulthard.
Hi, Scott here from X Factor Cars, Southland's V8 specialists, stockists of the South Island's biggest selection of Holden HSV, also with a wide range of everything Ford, FPV and classic American muscle. With an in-house finance specialist, we can tailor build a package to suit each and every budget, from no deposit, structured payments and up to 60-month terms. If we don't have it in stock, our team will search high and low to find what you want. Check out our testimonials, xfactorcars.co.nz.
Hi, I'm Malcolm Nartai from Suck It Up Limited. If you're in the Canterbury area and need any hydro excavation, water blasting, vacuum loading, any septic tank cleaning or CCTV of your pipelines, please give me a call or contact us on our Facebook page.
Suck It Up Limited, 740 Marston Road, Christchurch. Call them 24 hours a day on 027 588 8809.
Rightio, so that's the heats of the Total Conveyor New Zealand solos done and dusted. Solo supports heat one for these guys. Devlin Joseph on the 15 bike down in gate one. In beside him is the 67 of Paul Highstead. In beside him is Joe Hughes on the 69 bike. No sign of Peter Napton or Les Payne, who was supposed to be contending in these heats. As I say, this is the Ehay's Son and Sons Limited sponsor heat. The tape's going away, they go. It's Paul Highstead that looks to be the first one down into the turn. We've got Devlin Joseph there in that second spot. Third place is Joe Hughes as they go down that back straight and into that Permacoat roofing turn. It's Paul Highstead from the 15 of Devlin Joseph, and in third place the 69 of Joe Hughes. These guys have got themselves fairly well spread out here now too as they go back down through that Rogers, comes out past that Rogers Yamaha sign is the 67 of Paul Highstead. Down through the Hayes and Sons turn he goes once again. Gets out close to that fence, he's just in cruise mode now. Devlin Joseph still there in that second spot, Joe Hughes still there in third, there's no change. The white flag for Paul Highstead as he goes through past that executive car sign. Second place still Devlin Joseph, third place still Joe Hughes. So a good win here to Paul Highstead, who'll take that first place from Devlin Joseph there in that second spot. And third place, the 69 bike of Joe Hughes.
So good Sunday afternoon drive on a Saturday there for these guys. So that's the solo support. Race 15, we're sneaking through them.
I never thought I'd be here with you. I never thought.
So as I say, the engineering, sheet metal and marine sponsored heat for these guys. As I've said earlier on, Sean Kerr riding Fraser Gillespie's bike with Nigel Cookow on the side. Fraser opting to do the track maintenance duties today and not race. So Sean volunteering to take the handlebars. We all remember Sean from last season. Sean Kerr and Robin Poole dominating a number of sidecar events here at the Russell Cunningham Properties Oreti Park Speedway. So good to see Sean back on a bike here.
We've got a fairly tight fit out there, Pete, but they're all out there.
5 of them across the track here. Russell Hughes just stopping that breeze from pushing the tape in against the wheels. He looks reasonably happy. Tape's going away, they go. From the outside, it looked like Sean Kerr, Robin Poole got away fairly smartly. So did Luke Twaits and Neville Chalmers down on gate 1. So they're going to lead the way. It's Luke Twaits, Neville Chalmers in that first position. Second place is the 19 bike, Scott Ado, Dylan Carney. Third place, Sean Kerr, Nigel Cookow are in that third position. Fourth place is Kevin McDonald, Carl Hosey. Fifth place is Stan Ross and Chris Leedon. But look, Luke Twaits, Neville Chalmers, they lead the way. Now Scott Ado, Dylan Carney coming under a little bit of pressure from Sean Kerr and Nigel Cookow. They move up into second. Scott Ado, Dylan Carney back in that third place. Down that Scarecrow Gardening, back straight they go. Still Luke Twaits and Neville Chalmers leading the way. From Sean Kerr, Nigel Cookow, third place. Still Scott Ado, Dylan Carney. Into the 84 of Stan Ross, Chris Leedon. They've moved up into fourth place. Kevin McDonald, Carl Hosey back there in that fifth position. Luke Twaits, Neville Chalmers. Just got a 5 or 6 bike length lead now over Sean Kerr and Nigel Cookow as they come through here for the checkered flag. Third place is going to go to Scott Ado, Dylan Carney. Fourth place going to Stan Ross, Chris Leedon. Fifth place going to Kevin McDonald and Carl Hosey. So Luke Twaits and Neville Chalmers take the honours there from Sean Kerr and Nigel Cookow. Third place going to Scott Ado, Dylan Carney. Fourth place going to Stan Ross and Chris Leedon. And fifth place going to Kevin McDonald and Carl Hosey.
Well, Sean Kerr doesn't seem to worry about whose bike he's on, does he? He's got that one
He's
wired up.
He's definitely dialed into that fairly smartly, all right, Dave.
Yeah, it's all underway. What's
Heat 2 of the sidecars. This heat sponsored by Executive Car Service. We will see the 95 of Erwin Tree and Brett Pubbin in gate 1. The 85 of Claire Hartnell and Chris Chatfield will go into gate 2. The 58 of Aidan Twaits and Shane Twiss will go into gate 3. And the 16 of Jason Harper and Mark George will fill gate 4.
Well, there's no easy races in the sidecars, is there?
There definitely isn't. Jason Harper, Mark George, as I say, Mark, they had a wee bit of a mishap up at Beechton Speedway at the start of the season, and Mark has had a couple of 3 meetings off to repair himself. So they're back today. Great to see Jason Harper and Mark George back on the track.
Well, up in Moore Park, Erwin Tree and Brett Pubbin have been going very well.
They definitely have. They've showed a lot of form here at Oreti Park as well, Dave. They've been fairly consistent.
We haven't seen Claire Hartnell this year, but she's been improving over the years as well. So,
Already sticking up.
and we all know what Aidan Thwaites and Jason. Okay, they're underway and it's a good start right on the inside. It is Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin, but he's been monstered there by Claire Hartnell and Chris Chatfield come through. Great lead for them. Well, they have improved since I last seen them. Claire Hartnell leading the way there from Irwin Tree. Brett Pubbin, there's a bit of a battle going on there for third and fourth there between Aidan Thwaites and Jason Harper. At the moment, it looks like it might be Aidan Thwaites. I don't know who's going to have the bragging rights here. It's pretty close. It looks like Jason Harper and Mark George have got through into that third position. Irwin Tree has managed to sneak his way up through into first place, passing Claire Hartnell. We'll get that right. Claire Hartnell and Chris Chatfield. Battle's going on at the back there, but they're getting themselves a little bit spread out now. The white flag's coming out now for Irwin Tree, Brett Pubbin. Then we have Claire Hartnell and Chris Chatfield. The 16 of Jason Harper and Mark George. And for some reason, Aidan Thwaites and Shane Twist, that should have been right up there, have pulled out. Slowed right back. So coming home now will be Irwin Tree and Brett Pubbin. Picks up a good win there from Claire Hartnell and Chris Chatfield, closely followed by Jason Harper and Mark George.
So, a great win there to Irwin Tree and Brett Pubbin.
Well,
Had a wee bit of a battle with Claire Hartnell, Chris Chatfield in the early part of the race.
She was smoking past there. I'm not
She
sure what
spotted for a
happened
bit,
there.
yes, and but Irwin just managing to slip underneath her down here in turn 4. Got the lead and was never headed. So a good second there to Claire Hartnell and Chris Chatfield. Jason Harper, Mark George coming there in third position, and not too sure Aidan Thwaites and Shane Twist just didn't quite perform to expectations.
They were looking
Right.
good, and then they just pulled off there at the end for some reason, or slowed up.
So heat 3 for the sidecars. This is the Fly and Spider Control sponsored heat. We should see the 34 of Jason Kennedy and Johnny Casey, who became second in the Canterbury Champs, I think it was, from Brad Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat, who aren't here today. Chris Early and Jason Harper on the 72 bike. The 22 of Daniel Harper and Brad Waddick. And the 32 of Jamie Pocklington and Shane McWilliam will be in gate 4.
That's a mouthful for you, Peter.
It certainly is.
At full speed.
So, gate 1, the 34 of Jason Kennedy, Johnny Casey. The 72 of Chris Early and Jason Harper.
Yeah, Jason Kennedy and Johnny Casey, they were just smoking last week, but they got beaten in the final.
Oh, Nathan Davis is swinging, sorry. Oh, there we had a problem with those tapes. I'd imagine the red light will come on here.
If he's awake.
I see a
They
red
haven't
light
stopped
is
it
on.
yet, is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, red flag's out. There we go. Yeah, a bit of a tapes didn't go up, so Jason Kennedy and Johnny Casey, they just broke straight through, but they're going to have to refix these tapes and get started once again.
Got a pair on standby here, Dave. So,
They're all organised. That's awesome. Here they go. Talk about organised.
So Chris Early, has got Nathan Davis, not Jason Harper, because Jason Harper's back on his own bike, of course. So it's Nathan Davis on that 72 bike with Chris Early. So lining up, here they are once again, the Fly and Spider Control sponsored heat. Heat 3 of the sidecars. All happy, tapes going away, they go. And it looks like the 72 of Chris Early, Nathan Davis, they got away fairly smartly. Then the green machine of Daniel Harper, Brad Waddick were right in amongst in there as well. Jason Kennedy and Johnny Casey, though, they've slipped through from third right up into that first position almost. There's a battle royale going on here. The 22 of Daniel Harper, Brad Waddick are right in amongst it there as well. You can just about throw a blanket over them. Further back is Jamie Pocklington and Shane McWilliam, but as I speak, as they go through turns 3 and 4, Jason Kennedy, Johnny Casey start to get a little bit of clear air over Daniel Harper and Brad Waddick as they head down through that McLeod diesel turn. And in third position is Chris Early and Nathan Davis. Down through turns 3 and 4 they come, past that E. Hayes and Sunshine they go. It's Jason Kennedy, Johnny Casey, Daniel Harper, Brad Waddick. Then the 72 of Chris Early and Nathan Davis. There's been no change. Nobody seems to be reeling anybody in here at the moment. They're fairly evenly spaced as they go past that C. Brown Builders sign. It is Jason Kennedy, Johnny Casey leading the way from the 22 of Daniel Harper, Brad Waddock. And the 72 of Chris Early and Nathan Davis. So another good win there to Jason Kennedy and Johnny Casey. Second place to the 22 of Daniel Harper and Brad Waddock. And third place going to Chris Early and Nathan Davis.
Well, I'm a little bit amused when you said they slipped through. I don't actually think they slipped through. They monstered their way through. But they made a good move. It was pretty clean. And they just seem to be a class act. They're just coming on strong. And Jason Kennedy, Johnny Casey, didn't get the best of starts. Made up for it in the end.
Food at Clifton sponsored heat for the Peewees. Peewee Division 1. We've got the 5 of Eli Bartley, the 53 of Jacob Vorkamp, the 29 of Braxton Casey and the 66 of Caden Cracknell out there. The tape's going, away they go. It looks like once again Braxton Casey will show them the way around.
Oh.
In that second spot is Caden Cracknell on that 66 bike. Oh, there's somebody come down.
Yep.
Was that young Jacob No, it wasn't Jacob Vorkamp. It was Eli Bartley, I think, who's
Had a bit of a mishap.
had a bit of a mishap there.
That Caden Cracknell, I think they had a bit of a battle there, and then Braxton Casey, gee, he just leaps out there and he's gone. But Caden managed to hang in there. It just got a little bit tight for them all. I thought he was going to come down, but he managed to hang in there. But looks like Eli's in a bit of pain there. Not happy. They bounce back, these kids. They, you see them come and they're writhing on the ground, and they're out the next race.
Young bones heal quickly. Us older chaps take a wee bit longer, Dave.
He'll be at the next race, I'm sure.
So we'll have take 2 of the Food at Clifton sponsored heat of the Peewees Division 1. This is heat 3 for these wee fellas.
There we go. Going to park up there for a little bit. Oh, they're going to bring him right in. Give him a chance.
So this time tape's going away they go once again. Braxton Casey gets into his work straight away. In that second spot is Caden Cracknell, and in that third place is Jacob Vorkamp. So Braxton Casey once again leads the pack as they come through that start-finish straight. In that second spot, Caden Cracknell, the 53 of Jacob Vorkamp there in that third position. So no change. Braxton Casey.
Well, Caden Cracknell's keeping him honest. He's he might be a few bike lengths behind, but he's not losing any ground at the moment.
He definitely isn't. The white flag comes out. They've got one more to go, and still Braxton Casey leading the way from Caden Cracknell and Jacob Vorkamp on that 53 bike. This time the checkered flag will come out, and it's another win to Braxton Casey. Second place goes to Caden Cracknell, and third place will go to Jacob Vorkamp.
Well done to Braxton Casey. Another win for him. Making a pretty good habit of that.
He certainly does.
Gets a good start and he just holds that lead.
So heat 5 of the Peewee Division 2s. We've got the 9 of Slade Fordyce, the 88 of Taylor Wells Moore, the 72 of Bella Early, and the 41 of Ryland Casey. Lining up here, this is the GoPro Invercargill sponsored heat for these wee fellas. Peewee Division 2. Starter out there, got him sorted. The tapes go, away they go. This time Bella Early didn't get away quite so quickly, but she's still the first one down into that turn. Second place, I think, is Ryland Casey. Ryland Casey puts a little bit of pressure on Bella Early, and he goes up into that first place. Ryland Casey leads the way now from Bella Early. The 88 of Taylor Wells Moore in that third position, and then the 9 bike of Slade Fordyce. So there's no change. It's Ryland Casey leading the way from Bella Early and Taylor Wells Moore. And then the 9 of Slade Fordyce. They've sort of gapped each other a little bit here. The white flag comes out for the 41 bike of Ryland Casey. Bella Early still there in that second spot. Taylor Wells Moore still there in that third place. And fourth place, the 9 of Slade Fordyce. But a good win there to Ryland Casey. Second place goes to Bella Early. Third place goes to Taylor Wells Moore. And fourth place will go to Slade Fordyce.
Well, I thought that Bella Early's bike had just loaded up a bit, but no, it was Ryland Casey. He just pulled away and took out the good win.
He certainly did.
Bella Early just had a bit of a poor start, got underway, but Ryland Casey soon paid to her lead at the front.
Right, the McLeod Diesel sponsored heat of the Peewee Division 2s. This is heat 6 for these wee ones. The 16i of Cooper Early, the 72 of Oscar Drake, and the 44 of Sam Coulthard. As I say, the GoPro Invercargill sponsored heat here. Tapes away, and Oscar Drake flies out of the gate. He's in that first position. Second place is Cooper Early. Third place is Sam Coulthard.
Yeah, no stopping Oscar Drake. He does have a problem with staying on for the full 4 laps. Sometimes he just, no holding back, he just goes full noise.
Does he take lessons from Dad?
Oh yeah, he does. He doesn't quite bounce up as fast as Dad does at the moment, but he's had a few nasty falls, but it doesn't stop him. He comes back for more.
So Oscar Drake leading the way here from the 6 of Cooper Early and the 44 of Sam Coulthard. Oscar Drake got it all his own here at the moment. He's got half a lap to go and he'll get the checkered flag. So a good win here to Oscar Drake. Second place is going to go to Cooper Early on that 6 bike. And third place will go to Sam Coulthard on that 44 bike. This next heat of the junior solos, the 125s, sponsored by McLeod Diesel. We'll see the 86 of Finn Reid, the 77 of Lachlan McIntyre, the 4 of Nick Olford, the 25 of Ryan Colvin, and the 44 of Mason Coulthard. So a good field here. 5 of them across the line.
And it's good to see the third generation coming through there, Peter, the Finn Reid. I see his third generation. We've actually got a 4th generation up in at Moore Park. Chase Lang is the great-grandson of Russell Lang.
Yeah.
And then Rick Lang, of course, and Scott Lang.
Tapes up and away they go. This time from down on the inside, it looked like Lachlan McIntyre that got the best of it. Is that... pick them up, I can't quite grab that number. Yeah. That's the 25 bike of Ryan Colvin sitting there in that second spot. Third place is Mason Coulthard. Is that the 44 of Mason? Yes, it is. And then we've got Finn Reed rounding them out. But through they come once again. It's Lachlan McIntyre from Ryan Colvin. Then Nick Alford. Then we've got Mason Coulthard. Then we've got Finn Reed. So the white flag's out. They've got less than one to go. There's a bit of a battle on here between Lachlan McIntyre and Ryan Colvin, but it looks like Lachlan McIntyre is going to take the honours from Ryan Colvin. Then the 4 bike of Nick Alford. Then the 44 of Mason Coulthard. Then the 86 of Finn Reed. So a great battle there in the 1-2-5 between Lachlan McIntyre and Ryan Colvin, with Lachlan McIntyre taking the honours there.
Well, Ryan Colvin won't die wondering, will he? He gave it everything. Couldn't quite do it. From Lachlan McIntyre, got the good win, but Ryan Colvin, he was working pretty hard, just couldn't quite make it. And then in third place, Nick Alford.
So moving up now into the Murray Arbuckle Decorating sponsored heat of the junior solos. We will see the 72 of Millie Drake from Christchurch, the 55 of Dakota Kringle, the 14 of Cormac Buchanan, and the 18A of Daniel Brett from Auckland. So this is heat 4 for these three juniors on the 1-2-5s. We're up to race 23 in the program. A wee bit of a hold up, get somebody back off the tape.
Watch that, Cormac Buchanan. He shoots out again, but
there's
it's
a battle on from with Dakota Kringle and Cormac.
Yeah, go Pete.
So it's Dakota Kringle that leads the way from Cormac Buchanan. Then we go back to Daniel Brett, then Millie Drake. So at the moment, it's Dakota Kringle leads the way from Cormac Buchanan. He's giving it everything he got. Cormac looks to get up the inside of young Dakota. He just about pulls it off as they head down that back straight. So Cormac now takes the lead from Dakota Kringle. Dakota goes back to second. Third place is still Daniel Brett, and fourth place is Millie Drake. So through they come. The checkered flag will come out. Cormac Buchanan will take the win from Dakota Kringle in that second spot. Third place goes to Daniel Brett from Auckland. And fourth place going to Millie Drake from Christchurch. Well, bit of a battle for 1 and 2 there, Dave, for at the start of the race between Dakota and Lachlan. Cormac, sorry.
Cormac and Dakota, they race hard, don't they? They really do race hard. And,
they give it everything they've got.
To see, yeah. And,
it's absolutely fantastic.
Persistence paid off for Cormac Buchanan.
Yes, it certainly did.
Got the win. Now going up to the 200s.
Yes, into the 200s. This is the Newfield Auto sponsored heat of the juniors solos, the 200cc class. This is heat 3 for these guys. Clark Fountain on the 28 bike down on the inside there, and beside him is Matt Highstead on the 17 bike, and then beside him the 21 of Lucas Colvin. Tapes going, away they go. It's Clark Fountain that gets the best of it. Matt Highstead there in that second spot. And in third place is Lucas Colvin. There's a bit of pace on here too. It's young Clark Fountain that leads the way. He's getting sideways as he's halfway down that straight. He's really getting into his work.
Oh, he's got a big bike.
He's got
big wheels.
Oh, there's a battle on here for 1 and 2.
Yep.
Oh, young Lucas Colvin overcooks it, and Matt Highstead still holds on to that second place. He put the bold move on, didn't quite pull it off, but here's Clark Fountain sitting there in that first position, making his way around this little track here on the infield, doing a great job. He takes the win from Matt Highstead, who'll come through in second place, and unfortunately for Lucas Colvin, who overcooked it down there in turn 4, trying to get through underneath Matt Highstead. He just
well, I'm impressed with that young fella. Lucas Colvin, he's a good little racer. He's a wee bit of track craft to learn, but he gives it everything. He missed out on a few points last week at Moore Park because he just gave it everything and it come unstuck a little bit, but I like his attitude.
So this heat is the NV Beauty sponsored heat of the junior solos. We should have the Sam Taylor.
Yeah, unfortunately we don't see him.
Don't see Sam, sorry. It's Jake Drake and Hayden Brooklyn, and the tape's going, away they go. Hayden Brooklyn on that 125 bike, although he is racing in the 200 class. Round he comes. He's leading the way from Jake Drake in that second spot. Young Hayden, he got a great style with him as he heads down that back straight. Jake Drake gets out fairly wide, but Hayden Brooklyn still leading the way as he goes back through turns 1 and 2.
He's just a class act, young Hayden.
Really enjoys his work here as he goes down through there for the final time. Checkered flag this time for Hayden Brooklyn. He'll take the win from Jake Drake there in that second spot. Well done to Hayden.
Yeah, good work. He gets a great start and he just doesn't relinquish it, does he? He just goes for it.
He just gets into it and away he goes.
A tiny wee bike, but he makes it sing.
He certainly does that.
Welcome to Hamner Springs and to Hamner Holiday Homes. Situated just 90 minutes from Christchurch, call our team to arrange your next holiday with action aplenty. From those who like to relax through to the thrill seeker. Choose from over 200 holiday homes with taste that caters for all. Bring the kids or relax with your partner and admire the fantastic views on offer. Book now to secure your next adventure. www.hamnerholidayhomes.com. After the devastating Christchurch earthquakes, there has always been one name you can rely on when it comes to scaffolding in Canterbury. Elliott Scaffolding have a purpose-built fleet of vehicles and a fully trained crew that can get the job done. From that small project to the bigger ones and some of the unique ones. Phone now and speak to Trevor and the team at Elliott Scaffolding Christchurch.
Right, solo supports, heat 30. We've got a better lineup here this time round. We've got the 91 of Les Payne, the 15 of Joseph Devlin, the 67 of Paul Highstead, the 38 of Peter Napton, and the 69 of Joe Hughes. This heat sponsored by Permacoat Roofing Southland. Tapes going, away they go. From the middle of the pack, it looked like Paul Highstead got away fairly smartly, but so did Les Payne down there in that gate, from that gate 1. Devlin Joseph there in that second spot, Paul Highstead in that third place, Joe Hughes 4th, Peter Napton in that 5th position. Through they come. There's a bit of a battle on here between Les Payne and Paul Highstead for 1 and 2. Les Payne and Paul Highstead still 1 and 2. Third place is still Devlin Joseph, is it? Second place is Devlin Joseph. So round they come. Les Payne from Devlin Joseph now. Then Paul Highstead. Then we go further back to Peter Napton, and then further back again to Joe Hughes. Oh, this time Les Payne gets a wee bit crossed up. And Joseph Devlin, I think, has now taken the lead from Les Payne in that second spot. Third place is still Paul Highstead. Fourth place is Peter Napton. And fifth place is Joe Hughes. So Devlin Joseph, through that Newfield Autos turn he comes, and he'll take the win from that second place of Paul Highstead. Third place goes to Les Payne on the 91 bike, and then the 38 bike of Peter Napton will take out fourth place, and the 69 of Joe Hughes will take out that fifth position. So sidecars, heat 4 for these ones, race 31 in the program. Sean Kerr, Nigel Cookow, we haven't seen them. What's happened to them? No, not out. So it is Jason Harper, Mark George in gate 3, Chris Early, Nathan Davis, gate 4, and out in gate 5 here, Jason Kennedy and Johnny Casey. This the Alford Contracting sponsored heat. Tapes up and away they go. Those tapes once again didn't rise cleanly, but they all got underneath them. Jason Harper, Mark George, they lead the charge. Round the outside, Chris Early, Nathan Davis, they just touch the fence, a bit of a comeback.
Holy moly.
Oh, Jason Kennedy, Johnny Casey, they come well and truly unstuck there. into Heat 5. We've got the 23, I think, of Kevin McDonald, Carl Hosey in Gate 1. The 58 of Aidan Twaits and Shane Twiss are going into Gate 2. The 32 of Jamie Pocklington and Shane McWilliam are going in Gate 3. The 84 of Stan Ross and Chris Leedon are in Gate 5. And Daniel Harper and Brad Waddick on the 22 bike are out here in Gate 5.
Well, hopefully Aidan Thwaites and Shane Twiss will get a better run than they had last time. Something went wrong that last time, but
A few gremlins
yeah,
from,
snake or two from Australia.
yeah, the old bug in the carb,
Yeah.
the Aussie bug.
Yeah.
So this heat of the sidecars is sponsored by Ophi's Custom Engineering down there in Cunningham Crescent.
Well, they're stacked and packed, and they're underway, and it's a good start there from, who's it going to be? They're all three wide out around there, but it looks like Kevin McDonald and Carl Jose have got a great lead now. They're underway. Then we have Aidan Thwaites and Shane Twiss. Bit of a battle there at the back there. Stan Ross, Chris Leedon coming around in third place. Then we have Jamie Pocklin and Shane McWilliams, and 22 will be Daniel Harper and Brad Waddick. But Kevin McDonald and Carl Jose, they're making no race of it at the moment. Stan Ross has got through past Aidan Thwaites. There certainly is gremlins there, but he's going to have another go right around the outside there. It's not going to work for him this time. Stan Ross and Chris Leedon, they hold that second position. Battle going on there for third and fourth at the moment. Daniel Harper and Brad Waddick trying to get in under Aidan Thwaites and Shane Twiss. Can't do it at the moment. Kevin McDonald and Carl Hosey, you'd hardly even know they're in the race. They're miles out ahead. 1 lap to go now for Kevin McDonald, Carl Hosey. Then we have Stan Ross, Chris Leedon. It looks like Daniel Harper and Brad Waddick have cemented that third place. Then Aidan Thwaites and Shane Twiss, and Jamie Pocklington and Shay McWilliams. Well, they've come home. That's the way they finished. Good win there for Kevin McDonald and Carl Hosey. Stan Ross, Chris Leedon got into that second position. Then Daniel Harper and Brad Waddick. Aidan Thwaites and Shane Twiss. What's going on there, Peter?
I'm not too sure. I think they've been so used to riding that bike at nippy chings, and it's taken them a minute or two to get to grips with their own bike now that they've got it back home. But I'm sure they'll get it sorted and be back in the fray. But as you say, Dave, a great win there to Kevin McDonald and Carl Hosey. They got away from that gate and were virtually never headed. And if you were looking to get into sidecar racing, that 84 bike of Stan Ross's and Chris Leedon that ended up in second position, that bike is for sale, so you can go and negotiate with Stan down in the pits.
Well, it's obviously got the goods.
It's definitely got the goods. Right, Heat 6 of the sidecars, race 33 in the program. This heat sponsored by Osborne Engineering. We will see the 19 Scott Ado Dylan Carney in Gate 1. In Gate 2, Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin. Gate 3, Claire Hartnell, Chris Chatfield. And Gate 4, the 29 of Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers. So just a wee bit of gardening work going on here from Neville Chalmers as Luke Thwaites moves up into line. Russell Hughes, our assistant starter, keeping them honest here. Let's see who gets the best of this. Hapes up and away they go. It looked like Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin from the Gate 2. They've got a good handy jump on Scott Ado, Dylan Carney, Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers, though they put paid to that and they move up into second place. They're trying to hunt down Erwin Tree and Brett Pubbin now as they come through this start-finish straight for the first time. It's Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin leading the way from Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers. Third place, Scott Ado, Dylan Carney, and rounding them out there is Claire Hartnell and Chris Chatfield. So there's been no change. It's Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin as they come through the Arrow Upholstery start-finish straight here with Luke Thwaites, Neville Chalmers there in that second spot, Scott Ado, Dylan Carney in that third place, Claire Hartnell and Chris Chatfield in fourth position. There's still been no change. The white flag comes out. Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin lead the way from Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers. Third place, Scott Ado, Dylan Carney. Down through the Sea Brown Builders turn they go for the final time. Irwin Tree, Brett Pubbin will take the win from Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers in that second place. Third place goes to Scott Ado and Dylan Carney. And fourth place there going to Claire Hartnell and Chris Chatfield. Well,
The Fast and Furious.
the Fast and Furious, as I say, Irwin Tree, he's come ahead in leaps and bounds.
Certainly has.
He's got Brett Pubbin on the side there, and they've seemed to have gelled as a combination, a new combination this season, and they're definitely making every post a winning one. Second place, Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers, they mowed their way through the field from fourth to third and then into second, and were never headed from Scott Ado and Dylan Carney, who ended up in that third position. Right, we move up now into the junior solos, the 125s. This heat sponsored by Rogers Motorcycles. We've got Mason Coulthard, the 44 bike out there, along with Dakota Kringle and Lachlan McIntyre on the 77 bike, and Cormac Buchanan on the 14 bike. This will be an interesting battle, Dave.
Oh,
as
yeah.
They line them up here.
Watch that Cormac Buchanan go around the outside. I'm looking forward to the start here. He's going to have a bit of a restart. He's not going properly.
Oh, just,
bring it back on compression. Take a bit on those 125s. They have a fair bit of compression there. He's underway now.
He's sorted. So as I say, it's Mason Coulthard, Dakota Kringle, Lachlan McIntyre, Cormac Buchanan lining up here in the Rogers Motorcycle sponsored heat. Oops, young Cormac having problems once again.
He is having a few issues.
Oh, he's underway again.
Oh, I hope he keeps it going.
Rightio. So this time the tape's going away. They go from the outside. The 14 of Cormac Buchanan. He gets away smartly. Dakota Kringle on that 55 bike though. He's right there with him. He's not going to let go of him. 77 Lachlan McIntyre. He moves up into that third place. And then Mason Coulthard, the 44 bike, rounds him out in fourth position. But it's young Cormac Buchanan now. That's got the lead over Dakota Kringle there in that second spot. Lachlan McIntyre in that third place. And Mason Coulthard there in that fourth position. So, Cormac Buchanan and Dakota Kringle fighting out 1 and 2. Dakota just can't quite seem to close up on him. Young Cormac slides down through turns 3 and 4 once again. Young Dakota gets it all wrong and down he goes. He sticks with the ship though. Lachlan McIntyre moves up into second position. Mason Coulthard goes to third. And poor Dakota, after a great battle there with Cormac, ends up in fourth place.
Yeah, well done to Cormac Buchanan.
Yeah.
There's a champion in the making there, I reckon. He's just got a nice style and he doesn't give up. And once he's ahead, he's a hard man to pass.
Yes, great to see these young fellas come ahead. Right, the junior solos, the 125s. This is heat 6. We've got this is a Scarecrow Gardening sponsored heat. The 25 of Ryan Colvin, the 18 of Daniel Brett, the 86 of Finn Reed, the 72 of Millie Drake, and the 4 of Nick Olford. So a good lineup here. There's 5 of them across the track here. They're about tight getting down into turns 1 and 2.
Oh, Millie Drake gets a great start. But she can't hang on to it at the moment because Ryan Colvin has shown the class that he's been promising. It got a big bike, it's got big wheels, it takes a bit of turning around. But he's in first place. Then we have Daniel Brett. He's been getting better and better all the time up as he's been racing a little bit more. He's the Aucklander. Then Millie Drake is in third place. The other guys are starting to drift back a little bit. I've got, is it?
Finley.
And Nick Olver.
Yeah.
Yep. But the real battle going on at the front there between Ryan Colvin and Daniel Brett. Nothing much in it, but there's only a turn to go, and it's going to be Ryan Colvin that's going to pick up the win just from Daniel Brett. Then we have Millie Drake. Then we have Nick Finn Reid and Nick Olver.
The Steve Wright Auto sponsored heat for the junior solos, the 200s. We'll see Lucas Colvin coming up against Clark Fountain. There's the two of them here. It's unfortunate we've had young Sam Taylor
Had to pull out
today. At the moment, it's the 21 of Ryan Colvin holding out Clark Fountain, but young Ryan gets it all wrong and heads to the infield, and Clark Fountain goes round the outside of him.
Well, he doesn't need a second ask.
Yeah,
But,
so Clark
Ryan-
Fountain, but anyway, right, young Lucas Colvin is fighting back. There's a battle royale going on here.
Is there ever?
And the white flag comes out. It's Lucas Colvin. It's leading the way at the moment from Clark Fountain. Clark Fountain got a style all of his own. It's quite unique, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he gets back in the lead again, and he'll take the win from Lucas Colvin.
Well, that's got to be the race of the day so far.
Yeah, great race for the
Fantastic race.
juniors, the 200cc juniors there. As I was saying just at the start of that race, for numerous reasons, Sam Taylor's decided to take a wee break from racing today, and our thoughts are with you, Sam. We know what you're going through, mate, so all the best, buddy.
Okay, what balance on?
Right, the junior solos 200s, Matt Highstead on the 17 bike, and Hayden Brooklyn the 28 bike, Jake Drake on the 72 bike. Lining up here, this is the Sono Sound Systems Limited sponsored heat.
Well, watch the Hayden Brooklyn, but I usually say that, and then they put the commentator's curse, but no, he's done it again. He's dived down in front, and we've got Hayden. Big spill. Jake Drake's gone over the top, and Matt Highstead spread themselves all around the track. Right, just getting the start system sorted out. They're under starters all, and Hayden Brooklyn gets his customary fly out the front. Jake will be just a little bit tentative, I think, and it shows at the moment, but good on him for getting back out there and giving it a go. Hayden Brooklyn doesn't know what going slow means. He just gives it everything. He's way out in front at the moment.
And you got to remember that young lad's still riding his 125 in the 200 class, so what's it going to be like when he gets on the 200 day?
He's going to be scary. He'll probably run that in the 500 class and still win. Yeah, it's good to see these young fellas getting out there and doing it.
Yes, young Hayden, he's come a long way from when he started on the Peewees, and he's just come up through onto the 125, and now, as I say, racing in the 200 class, just waiting on that 200 bike to turn up, and well, the motor for it anyway, and he's still cutting the mustard there on that 125 in the 200cc class.
Absolutely, great effort.
At Mag & Turbo, we're not just a tyre shop, we're a supermarket for tyres. We got 14-inch Achilles tyres from $89, 15s from $99, and 17-inch Achilles tyres from $129. But only at Mag & Turbo.
And very good move, so well done to Dale Finch getting maximum points there. Right, the solo supports. Joe Hughes on the 69 bike, Les Payne the 91 bike, Joseph Devlin the 15 bike, the 67 of Paul Highstead and the 38 of Peter Napton. The South Coast Custom sponsored heat coming up for battle here. Away they go. Heat 3 for these boys. Who's the first one? Joe Hughes actually makes it first into the turn. He's got Paul Heisted, coming round the outside of him. Then the Les Payne shoots through. Devlin Josephson amongst it there. He's in second spot. Les Payne's in third. Just having a wee bit of trouble seeing here. Joe Hughes still leading the way from the 38 of Peter Napton. Then we've got Paul Heisted. Then we've got Les Payne. Then we've got Devlin Joseph. So, well, here's Joe Hughes leading the foray. Then the second place, Paul Heisted tries to go. Is Peter Napton still there in second? Paul Heisted, still there in that third place. Through they come once again. Still Joe Hughes from Paul Heisted, Peter Napton, Les Payne, and Devlin Joseph. They come out again. Oh, now Paul Heisted gets in front of Joe Hughes. So it's Paul Heisted with Joe Hughes in that second place, Peter Napton in third, Les Payne in fourth, and Devlin Joseph back there in that fifth place. Oh, sorry, it's Les Payne that's in fifth and Devlin Joseph. All those blokes wearing those red colours get me all confused.
Doesn't help, does it?
Doesn't help.
And being so close.
Yeah, so it's Paul Heisted still out there in front. Joe Hughes just barely hanging on to that second place. He's being challenged by one of those red suited riders. I'm not too sure. I think it's Peter Napton. So Peter Napton, I think, took second from Joe Hughes that got third. Then it was Devlin Joseph. Then it was Les Payne. Daniel Harper and Brad Waddick in gate 1, Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin, gate 4, Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers at gate 5. This, as I say, heat sponsored by South Island Solo Spares. Just the three of them. Oh no, we've got Kevin McDonald, Carl Hosey coming out into this. They might be taking the place of Jason Kennedy, Johnny Casey. I'm not sure what's going on here. It had gate 2 as being empty. Okay. Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin, gate 4. Luke Thwaites, Neville Chalmers, gate 5. So the four of them lining up. Tapes up, they're underway. Who gets the best of it here now? It looks like it's Kevin McDonald, Carl Hosey. They're the first ones down to that turn. They've got Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin sitting there in second place. Luke Thwaites, Neville Chalmers in third. Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin. They're putting a bit of pressure on McDonald and Hosey as they come through the ILT Foundation turn. They get out in front. So Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin once again lead the way. Kevin McDonald, Carl Hosey there in that second spot. Luke Thwaites, Neville Chalmers in that third place. Daniel Harper, Brad Waddick back there in that fourth spot. Down through that South Coast custom sign they go. It's Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin leading the way from Kevin McDonald, Carl Hosey. Third place, Luke Thwaites, Neville Chalmers. Fourth place, Daniel Harper and Brad Waddick. There's no change as they head down that Sonos sound systems back straight. It's Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin from Kevin McDonald, Carl Hosey. Luke Thwaites, Neville Chalmers looking to close up on them a little. They don't seem to be making much ground though. There's one lap left to go, less than that now, as they head down past that total conveyor sign and down through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. It's Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin that'll take the win. From second place getters, Kevin McDonald, Carl Hosey. Third place, Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers. And fourth place, Daniel Harper and Brad Waddick. Well, Kevin McDonald, Carl Hosey, they got the start. But once again, Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin showing a bit of dominance here in the sidecar class today. Slipped underneath them, got into first place and just gradually opened it up that little bit and managing to hold them out throughout the rest of the race. And Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers ending up in that third position. Right, heat 8 for the sidecars. The 69. No? I am. It's the 32 of Jamie Pockington and Shay McWilliam. The 85 of Claire Hartnell and Chris Chatfield. And the 19 of Scott Ado and Dylan Carney coming out to do battle in the Southern Bolts and Fasteners Limited sponsored heat.
Okay, only 3 of them there. Scott Ado and Dylan Carney just getting pushed back a little bit by the starter. Breeze is getting up a little bit. Under starter's orders now, and a bit of a jump from Claire Hartnell, but it didn't do her any good. She's still in second place though. Scott Ado, Dylan Carney trying to get around the outside, but it's Jamie Pocklington and Shay McWilliams leading the way at the moment. Heading down into that corner, Claire Hartnell giving a good push on the inside, but not fast enough. And here comes Scott Ado. Dylan Carney comes up on the inside. Plenty of speed on there. They get themselves into the second position. Jamie Pocklington and Shay McWilliams leading the way at the moment. Scott Ado, Dylan Carney cementing that second place, but trying to get through into that first place, putting plenty of heat on too. And I think it's going to pay off, is it? Yeah, they made a little hole. Wasn't big enough, but they made it big enough. Scott Ado, Dylan Carney pushed through from Jamie Pocklington and Shay McWilliams. Claire Hartnell, Chris Chatfield just off the place a little bit now. 1 lap to go, the white flag is out. Scott Ado, Dylan Carney leading the way. Jamie Pocklington and Shay McWilliams there in second place. Comfortable second place they are from Claire Hartnell and Chris Chatfield. Scott Ado, Dylan Carney, they've come from last and they're going to finish first. They get the checkered flag, the points that go with it. Plenty of smoke coming out of Jamie Pocklington's sidecar there, and Claire Hartnell will pick up the 3rd position. So a good race.
It was a good ride to go through from 3rd to 1st.
Not the best of starts. They had to go right around the outside, got a bit pushed wide, but worked their way right up to the front. They're a Class 8, of course. They come up and monster a few people up at Moore Park.
They certainly do.
And all that Jamie Pocklington and Shay McWilliams sidecars decided that it's had enough. Plenty of smoke and steam and getting a bit of a push in.
Right, that was the Southern Bolts and Fastest sponsored heat, so that means we're up to the Southern City Meat Processors sponsored heat. Gary Harper and the boys down there in Nith Street, who also provide the Savaloys for these boys to lunch on after the meeting. They're a good bunch of crew, they're a good crew down there at the Southern City Meat Processors. We've got Jason Harper, Mark George on that 16 bike down in gate 1. Stan Ross, Chris Leedon are in gate 2. And the 58 of Aidan Twaits and Shane Twist are in gate 3.
Well, it's either a different sidecar or it's had a Dulux makeover. And I think it might be a different sidecar.
They've gone back to Nippy Ching's bike. They're obviously having problems with their own bike. So this time, tapes up, they're underway. Who gets the best of it? Stan Ross, Chris Leedon got away fairly smartly, but Jason Harper, Mark George looked pretty good too. And Aidan Twaits and Shane Twist on that bike and Nippy Ching's, they go all out wide and right up against the fence. So Jason Harper and Mark George, they're leading the charge at the moment. Stan Ross, Chris Leedon in there in that second spot. Aidan Twaits and Shane Twist decide to shorten it up a wee bit and they shoot through into second position and look to take over first, which they do. They push Jason Harper, Mark George out that little bit. So Aidan Twaits, Shane Twist on the other bike. They move up into that second spot. Second and third as being a hotly contested between Stan Ross, Chris Leedon and Jason Harper, Mark George. But take nothing away from Aidan Twaits and Shane Twist. They've gone out and stolen a bit of a march here as they go through that ILT Foundation turn for the final time. They get through, the white flag comes out, there's 1 lap left to go. It's Stan Ross, Chris Leedon still sitting there in that second spot, and Jason Harper, Mark George in that 3rd place. But Aidan Twaits and Shane Twist, perhaps they should have just ridden this bike all day. They'll take the win quite comfortably from Stan Ross and Chris Leedon on that 84 bike in 2nd place, and 3rd place going to Jason Harper and Mark George on the number 16 bike.
Well, it certainly proved that it's the goods, that's for sure. So a good win there from Aidan Twaits and Shane Twist. Then Stan Ross and Chris Leedon, that bike's for sale, of course, and it's got the goods as well. They managed to pick up the 2nd position from Jason Harper and Mark George. Had to work for it, got through and did it.
Right, this is the next round of the sidecars. This heat of the sidecars being sponsored by Southern QA Limited. We will see Claire Hartnell, Chris Chatfield in gate 1. This is heat 10 for these folks. I hear the horn going. Somebody's under the 2 minutes. Jamie Pocklington and Shay McWilliam are supposed to be going from gate 2 on the 32 bike. The 29 of Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers are coming from gate 3. So just waiting for Jamie Pocklington and Shay McWilliam. At the moment, we've got Claire Hartnell, Chris Chatfield sitting out there. And Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers. Here's Jamie Pocklington and Shay McWilliam. As I say, this is the Southern QA sponsored heat. Jamie Pocklington and Shay McWilliam just touching the tapes there to get a bit of a pushback. Russell Hughes, our assistant starter, just making sure they're holding their spot. Rolling forward that little bit. They're all clear. Tapes going away. They go. Claire Hartnell, Chris Chatfield got away fairly smartly, and then Luke Thwaites, Neville Chalmers from the outside got away pretty quickly as well. And they go through into first place as they come out of turns 1 and 2. So Luke Thwaites, Neville Chalmers lead the way from Claire Hartnell, Chris Chatfield, from Jamie Pocklington and Shay McWilliam sitting there in that 3rd spot. Through they come for the first time. Through that Permacoat roofing turn they go. Luke Thwaites, Neville Chalmers leading the way from Claire Hartnell and Chris Chatfield. Jamie Pocklington, Shay McWilliam are sitting there in 2nd place now. They've got from Claire Hartnell and Chris Chatfield, who went out wide. So Luke Thwaites, Neville Chalmers starting to build up a reasonable buffer here now from Jamie Pocklington and Shay McWilliam. Claire Hartnell and Chris Chatfield still there in that 3rd spot. 1 lap left to go for Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers. They come out of that total conveyors turn. Down through the C. Brown Builders turn they go for the final time. And they will take the win from Jamie Pocklington and Shay McWilliam. And 3rd place will go to Claire Hartnell and Chris Chatfield. So good ride from Luke and Neville. Done exceptionally well. So heat 11 for the sidecars, race 51 in the program. The Southern Machine Hire sponsored heat. We should see Stan Ross, Chris Leedon in gate 1, Jason Harper, Mark George in gate 2, Scott Ado and Dylan Carney in gate 3, and Daniel Harper and Brad Waddick in gate 4. So they're lining up here. Tapes up and away they go from the outside. Daniel Harper and Brad Waddick got away fairly smartly, but so did Scott Odo, Dylan Carney, and Jason Harper and Mark George are right in amongst it there as well. But out in front, it's Scott Odo, Dylan Carney as they head down through turns 3 and 4 for the first time. 2nd place is Jason Harper, Mark George. 3rd place is Stan Ross and Chris Leedon, but they've just been overhauled by Daniel Harper, Brad Waddick, as they go through turns 1 and 2 once again. Daniel Harper, Brad Waddick move up into 2nd place. They pass Jason Harper, Mark George. So out in front, Scott Ado, Dylan Carney. They take a comfortable lead now from Daniel Harper, Brad Waddick, Jason Harper, Mark George, Stan Ross and Chris Leedon round them out in that 4th position. They're trying to fight back and get under Jason Harper and Mark George as they go back down through turns 3 and 4. It's Scott Ado, Dylan Carney though, as they come past here with 1 lap left to go. Second place still Daniel Harper and Brad Waddick. Third place Stan Ross, Chris Leedon now from Jason Harper, Mark George, who've gone back to 4th position. So another good win here coming up for Scott Odo, Dylan Carney. Second place going to Daniel Harper and Brad Waddick. Third place going to Stan Ross and Chris Leedon. And 4th place there going to Jason Harper and Mark George. So Scott Odo, Dylan Carney starting to come into their own here. A good win there from, I think, was it Stan Ross and Chris Leedon in second. Third place was Daniel Harper, Brad Waddick. No, other way around. Daniel Harper, Brad Waddick, sorry, in second. And then the 84 of Stan Ross and Chris Leedon in that third position. Right. Heat 12 for the sidecars. Sponsored by Southland Roof Painters. This heat, we should see Aidan Twaits and Shane Twiss. Sean Kerr and Nigel Cookout unfortunately have retired for the day. That motor and that bike not sounding too healthy, so they've called it quits. Erwin Tree and Brett Pubbin there in gate 3, and Kevin McDonald and Carl Hosey, the 23 bike, out here in gate 4. So Aidan Twaite, Shane Twist, the 58 bike down in gate 1. The 95 of Erwin Tree and Brett Pubbin in gate 3, and Kev McDonald, Carl Hosey, gate 4. Russell Hughes got them lined up. Tapes going away, they go. Kev McDonald, Carl Hosey got away fairly well, so did Aidan Twaits and Shane Twist, but it's Erwin Tree and Brett Pubbin who head the field from Kev McDonald, Carl Hosey in that second spot, Aidan Twaits, Shane Twist in that third position. Kevin McDonald looks to slide under Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin. They don't quite pull it off as they go down through that Southern Bolton fastest turn. It's still Erwin Tree and Brett Pubbin leading the way from Kevin McDonald, Carl Hosey, Aidan Twaits and Shane Twist look to get in amongst it as well. Kevin McDonald, Carl Hosey go a little wide and they concede second place to Aidan Twaits and Shane Twist, and Kevin McDonald, Carl Hosey go back to third. So it's Erwin Tree and Brett Pubbin as they head down into that C. Brown Builders turn with 1 lap left to go. The white flag will come out now. Aidan Twaits, Shane Twist still there in that second spot. Kev McDonald, Carl Hosey still sitting there in that third position. So Erwin Tree and Brett Pubbin. Handy buffer here now over Aidan Twaits and Shane Twist. In second spot, Kev McDonald, Carl Hosey still in that third place. So another good win there to Erwin Tree and Brett Pubbin. Shane Twist, Aidan Twaits and Shane Twist taking that second spot, and third place going to Kevin McDonald and Carl Hosey. So we got the, this is the runoff for the 200s.
Another run.
Matt Highstead and Lucas Colvin. The winner of this will go through into the 200 final.
It's all to play for now. Looks like there's that man Highstead on the inside, Lucas Colvin
Yep.
on the outside.
Tapes go.
Oh, hard luck for Matt Highstead. Wouldn't that rip your nightshirt? So, well, Lucas Colvin, he's got to do the work. He's still got to carry on and do the 4 laps, but Matt Highstead just misses out, and he's gutted. Luke Colvin can take it nice and easy, come around. Oh, he's not going to take it nice and easy. Colvin doesn't take it nice and easy, I've seen. You better stay in there though. So 1 lap to go now, the white flag comes out. And Lucas Colvin is going to earn himself, if he stays on for another half lap, he's managing to do, comes through, gets the checkered flag, and he wins the chance of getting through to the 200cc final, junior solo final. So unfortunately for Matt, he's taken out. So that means we'll have Lucas Colvin will be be in, along with Hayden Brooklyn, Clark Finn, and Jake Drake. Now coming out, we have, probably need a little bit of help completely sorting out the program here. That's all right. You're right there. I think we've got Eli Bartley, Braxton Casey, Jacob Borkamp, and Braden Cracknell. And the tapes are up, and looking inside there, it looks like it'll be Braxton Casey once again heading out. He's looking behind him to see where everybody is. Might be team racing. There's 29, Braxton Casey, as he's done all day, out in front. From 53, Jacob Vorkamp. Oh, he does the big 360, or not quite, 180 really. So is he going to get off the track, or are they going to give it a start? Red flag, he's having a wee look. He won't be happy about that. He's in a great position.
So they're lining up here again.
Can't get away with it.
Braxton Casey, Caden Cracknell, and Eli Bartley. And this time the tapes go.
And it's Casey once again. Out in front, but he's got Caden Cracknell hunting him down. Can he do it? He's just been following there all day. Just can't quite get past.
Yeah, just hasn't quite got the horsepower, has he? It's, as I say, young Braxton, Caden Cracknell there, and Eli Bartley in that third spot.
Caden's got, or Braxton's got the slightly bigger wheels, maybe some advantage. Got a great style. Can't wait to see him on a 125.
I reckon he'll go great when he gets to the 125 class. So there's Braxton.
And I think Caden Cracknell will probably be right too. He's got a pretty good style as well.
So here's the win for Braxton Casey, the 29 bike, over Caden Cracknell on that 66 bike in second spot. And third place will go to the 5 of Eli Bartley.
So well done, they put on a great show for us today, the Junior Peewee Solos. And we have our champion coming off here now, Braxton Casey. So a bit of a lottery is what's next, is it?
I think we're having the Peewee Division 2 final, which should be the 72 of Oscar Drake, the 72 of Bella Early, the 72C should I say of Oscar Drake, the 72I of Bella Early, the 6I of Cooper Early, and the 41 of Ryland Casey. This heat sponsored by...
Says looking for his program.
Says me looking for my program. The tapes up and away they go, and it's young Oscar Drake that's got the drop on them. Second place there is Ryland Casey. Oscar goes down. The 40. Oh no, they're carrying on. Young Ryland, we thought, oh, they're going to put the red flag out. He slowed up, and now young Bella Early's gone and taken the lead from Cooper Early, is it, on that 6 bike, I think. And then we've got the 41 of Ryland Casey there in second place now. He's trying to slip back under Cooper Early.
Yeah,
a good battle going on here.
Yeah.
So it's at the moment Bella Early from the 41 of Ryland Casey, then the 6 of Cooper Early, and Oscar Drake round the outside and back in the fray. He says
he wants to be on the podium.
He's in the third spot there. The checkered flag comes out. Bella Early gets the win over the 41 of Ryland Casey, the 72 of Oscar Drake, and then we go back to the who was the last one across the line there? Cooper Early on that 6 bike it was, yes. So a great ride there from the Peewee Division 2 final.
So, well done to Bella Early. She said she'd be good, and she was.
Oh, no, she's a great wee rider, I tell you. She goes well. So, that heat was sponsored by Total Conveyor Limited, believe it or not. And this heat sponsored by Thwaites Contracting Limited. This is the Junior 125 final. We've got Ryan Colvin on the 25 bike, Cormac Buchanan on the 14 bike, Lachlan McIntyre on the 77 bike, and Daniel Brett on the 18 bike, and they're underway, and it looks like it's the 77 bike, is it? Can't quite see the number. No, so sorry, it's the 25 of Ryan Colvin, then the 14 of Cormac Buchanan sitting there in second. Lachlan McIntyre's in that third place, and Daniel Brett's on that fourth place. But Cormac Buchanan has gone through into first place over the 25 of Ryan Colvin. Then there's a battle on between Lachlan McIntyre and Daniel Brett. Daniel Brett goes up into third. Lachlan McIntyre goes back to fourth. The white flag comes out. It's Cormac Buchanan still leading the way from Ryan Colvin. Oh, young Lachlan McIntyre straights over the top. He just dug it in a bit. He was looking to get through underneath young Daniel Brett, and just got a wee bit exuberant.
Daniel Brett will go back to Auckland with a third place. There's a danger of losing it, but managed to get his third. Lachlan McIntyre is just a big high-sider.
Clark Fountain, Jake Drake and Lucas Colvin lining up here for the Total Extreme Karts sponsored heat.
Well, Hayden Brooklyn's been going pretty well today, but if Clark Fountain gets a decent start, he's hard to beat. Lucas Colvin, you're never too sure what you're going to get there. He can go real fast, but Hayden Brooklyn's going to get the start. Clark Fountain's there in second place. Lucas Colvin in third and Jake Drake in fourth position. Hayden Brooklyn, he's a hard man to beat. Clark Fountain's going to give it a go. Comes in underneath. There's nothing between these guys. They just give it everything. Hayden Brooklyn leading the way, but he knows that Clark Fountain will probably try going around on the inside. Well, he's going to have a wee look on the outside, cuts back down on the inside, but Hayden Brooklyn's got him covered at the moment. These laps go real quickly. You haven't got much time to pick up the win, only one lap to go. Hayden Brooklyn, he just slows up a little bit, but Clark Fountain can't do anything about it. Hayden Brooklyn comes through, takes a good win from Clark Fountain. Then we have Lucas Colvin and Jake Drake. Well done to Hayden Brooklyn. He's
Yes, the young Hayden, he's doing great stuff in that 200cc class, riding that 125 bike. He's just in a class of his own, as it were.
Oh, yes, yeah.
You know, so no, great race though. Take nothing away from Jake Turner, but there was a race for second, third and fourth there.
It was a fantastic race.
So here we go. This is the solo supports race, heat 7 for these guys. This is the AJ Auto Electrical sponsored heat. We've got the 38 of Peter Napton, the 69 of Joe Hughes, the 91 of Les Payne, the 15 of Devlin Joseph, and the 67 of Paul Highstead coming up to do battle here. The tape's going, away they go.
Looks like 15 Devlin Joseph did have the lead. They get all over the place at the moment. Joe Hughes is out there, but he's drifted. I know he's still in front. Joe Hughes is leading the way. We'll just have to pick them up as they come. We've got the problem with all the red ones once again. But Joe Hughes leading the way. Then it looks like 15 is it, and 15 is Devlin Joseph. And first place there. Bit hard to see through this glass at the moment, but we'll catch them up as they come around this time. Hopefully, I don't know these riders particularly well. It looks like Devlin Joseph leading the way there. Then we have 67, Paul Highstead. We Les Payne. Joe Hughes, after getting such a great start, has drifted back to the end of the field. So I think that's Devlin Joseph that's leading the way there. From Paul Highstead. Then we have a bit of a battle going on between Peter Napton and Les Payne and Joe Hughes. So Devlin Joseph looks like he's got a comfortable lead there at the moment. Coming up for the checkered flag. Paul Highstead trying to hold him down, but it's going to be Devlin Joseph and Paul Highstead. It'll be 38, Peter Napton that will come through next, then 91, Les Payne and Joe Hughes will round off the field.
Right. Now, so in this sidecar final, we've got Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin, the 95 bike. We've got the 29 bike of Luke Twaits and Neville Chalmers, the 19 bike of Scott Ado, Dylan Carney, the 23 bike of Kevin McDonald and Carl Hosey, and the 58 bike of Aidan Twaits and Shane Twist. This is the Automotive and Industrial Paints Limited sponsored heat for these boys. The Sidecar final, Irwin Tree, Brett Pubbin, they put on a fantastic show here this afternoon and this evening. They've just about won every race they've been in.
So what have we got? 5 there, haven't we?
Yes, we've got the 5.
Fairly
Yeah.
tight first corner. So I see Irwin Tree, Brett Pubbin coming out. 29. Luke Waits, Nick Chalmers on their way out. Oh, 2 minutes siren's gone off. Waiting for Kevin McDonald and Carl Hosey.
My spider scroll. Yeah.
So we've only got 2 at the moment, Pete.
So the gates for those that are interested for the Total Conveyors New Zealand solo final, the gate positions are 23 Andy Aldridge, gate 1, 7C Dale Finch, gate 2, 19 Jake Turner, gate 3, 5I Grant Dragoning, gate 4, and the 2NZ of Bradley Wilson Dean will come out of gate 5.
Well, you said he wanted gate 5 and he's got it. He had a choice because of top scorer.
So
Andy Aldridge, because he wouldn't have chosen he's a keen man on the outside, not so keen on the inside.
So Kev McDonald, Carl Hosey get in there. So that's the 5 of them out here now, Dave.
Listen to Scott Ado,
Scott Ado, Dylan Carney, the 19 bike.
5 of them now.
Well, Kev McDonald, Carl Hosey look like they're having problems. Looks like they're going back in. So that's a bit of a shame for Kevin and Carl.
Well, he's not happy either. Your brother.
Not my brother, my nephew.
Oh, nephew, is it?
My nephew.
Oh, okay. Oh, well,
Yeah.
it's in the brotherhood.
It's in the brotherhood, mate. Yeah. It's all in the family.
Yeah, that's
Right, so down on gate 1, Irwin Tree, Brett Pubbin. In gate 2, Luke Twaits, Neville Chalmers. Gate 3, Scott Odo, Dylan Carney. And gate 5, Aidan Twaits and Shane Twist.
Yeah, we'll look at these ones on the outside. They'll
Yeah.
fly out of here, I'm sure. They've got that bike up and running. Oh, nearly
Tapes
touched.
go and away they go. So Aidan Twaits, Shane Twist, they get round the outside of everybody as they come out of that permacoat roofing turn. They're out pretty wide, but Irwin Tree and Brett Pubbin, they are coming under a bit of pressure from Luke Twaits and Neville Chalmers. Aidan Twaits and Shane Twist, after that brilliant start, have got spat out the back. Scott Odo, Dylan Carney are sitting there in that 3rd place. So it's Irwin Tree, Brett Pubbin in that 1st position. Luke Twaits, Neville Chalmers sitting there in that 2nd spot. Scott Odo, Dylan Carney sitting there in that 3rd position. And Aidan Twaits, Shane Twist in that 4th spot. So through they come once again. Irwin Tree, Brett Pubbin. Still with a couple of 3 bike lengths over Luke Twaits, Neville Chalmers and Scott Odo, Dylan Carney. They'll get the white flag as they come through here this time. Irwin Tree, Brett Pubbin. Past that Newfield Auto sign they go. Out of that permacoat roofing turn they come.
And they're looking comfortable at the
Back down through that C Brown Builders turn. And it's going to be Irwin Tree and Brett Pubbin that take the Sidecar honours here today from Luke Twaits and Neville Chalmers in 2nd spot. 3rd place was Scott Odo and Dylan Carney. And 4th place was Aidan Twaits and Shane Twist.